fortunate enough to have so many speakers that want to come in and talk and share their stories, various stories. But the good thing is they're here today to be able to share with you. And we have Miss Hamilton. Is that okay, Miss Hamilton? Or you want me to call you DNita? Miss Hamilton. We're gonna have to, if that's your thought, Miss Hamilton here to share her story. So we're gonna show her the respect of listening, and hopefully you all will get something from the story that she has to share. All right. So it's all yours. All right. Very informal. No need to. You got this.
Good morning. Good morning. How y'all doing this morning? Morning. Y'all all right? All right. Well, I have a little story for y'all. My journey from where I came from, what I've been through, and where I'm at today. So through listening to my story, I hope that I can inspire you guys, get y'all to have a clear mind and just have a different outlook on life and what life is about and how life can change for you at any given time. So let's see. So do we have any sports players in here? You play sports? What you play? Football? You wanna go to the league with football? Like, you don't know yet? Not sure. Anybody else play sports? What you play? Track. Somebody else raise your hand. Basketball. All right, I was a basketball player myself. I went to Paulsboro High School back in 2003. That's the year I graduated. I played basketball. I also ran track. And I was a good athlete. I was a student athlete. I was a good athlete. I scored 1,000 points in high school. I got different accolades. I made first team all conference. I was a state champ in a 4x4 meter run. I did my thing with sports. Sports was my thing. Sports was my thing that was going to get me out of my town to go, and I wanted to be professional. That's the life that I dreamed. So I set myself with different goals while I was in high school, saying like, this is what I do. I want to get good grades. All right, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to get good grades. I got the good grades. Okay, I want to score my 1,000 points. I worked hard. I scored my 1,000 points. Everything that I set up for myself to do, making these little goals, I worked hard and I achieved it. I accomplished it so I could try to get to the next level. So I ended up going to college, and in my mind, I had that I wanted to be a professional basketball player. That was my dream. That was my ultimate goal. Be a professional basketball player, play in the WNBA. But life has a way of giving you some bumps in the road. So what happened was I ended up going Division I. However, I had a little detour before I went there. So I had to end up going to JUCO. And at first it can become discouraging when you see the life that you want, but doing these little detours is like, wow, like this is what I want. Why is this not working for me? But you have to continue to work hard. So I went to JUCO. I continued to work hard. End up going D1. I went to West Virginia University, Institute of Technology. I went there. I graduated. We won a chip with basketball. I made Dean's List. I was still doing my thing, still as a student athlete. Graduated college. Now, I didn't make it to the league. I wanted to go overseas. That didn't happen either. So I came back home. I worked. I started working, trying to find a job in my profession. I ended up graduating with a background in education. So that was fine for me. I worked in my 20s, trying to find my way through life, trying to figure out, what's going on, because I didn't get to where I imagined myself to get. But it still didn't mean I was going to stop doing what I needed to do and continue to work hard for different things, to change the road that I had. Graduated from college, started working. I ended up being a teacher, which wasn't a bad job. I enjoyed it for the moment, but I wanted more. So I talked to one of my friends one day, and she said, why don't you apply for corrections? And I was like, oh, I'll try it. I'll go in law enforcement. It's pretty decent money. I know I can elevate in there, do different things. I'll do that. I'll try it. So I went to the academy for corrections. At this point in my life, the academy was one of the toughest moments at this time in my life. But me being an overachiever, not a quitter, I was like, you know what? I'm going to pass this regardless. The academy, they had us waking up 5:30 in the morning. Mentally, they're trying to break us down. They're hollering at us. We're running 6 miles, 6 miles a day. They're working us out. We're getting no sleep. We can only eat for about a minute and 30 seconds to get up and throw our food out. It was a whole mental distress. But it's crazy because for y'all to listen to that part, it worked out for me to where my life actually went. So I passed the academy, and now I'm working. Now I have my career. Now I'm working. I'm in corrections, working at Southwood State Prison with all men facilities. So it's grown men in there, big, look, Suge Knight type men. And then you have me. So all I could do was just try to gain their respect, do the right thing. I'm not in there to make their time hard. They already in there for something. I don't have to make their time hard. So my career is going good. I'm 9 months in. I finally got my job, my career job. I finally got a nice car. I got a house I just moved in. Life is great. I'm good. 10 seconds. Oops. 10 seconds. 10 seconds of my life changed. October 26, 2017. I'm driving to work. I pass a car. Was fine. I go to pass another car. This car decided to speed up on me. So now it's me in this lane, which is the opposite lane, and it's also the car. 1 second, guys. While the car was speeding up and was forcing me not to be able to do anything to get over, me and another car that was coming straight on had a head-on collision. I got ejected from the car. I landed in the woods, landed on my stomach. At this time, my adrenaline must have been rushing. I didn't know, what was going on. All I'm thinking in my mind is, I just started this job. All right, my car is messed up. Oh, I gotta tell my dad, I gotta get this money. Oh, man, my mind is going everywhere. I'm racing. Mind you, I'm laying on my stomach. Can't move, but I don't know that. People are coming up to me. Ma'am, are you okay? Are you okay? I'm sitting there. I'm kind of frustrated. I'm like, yeah, I'm all right. What I need y'all to do is call my job, let them know I'm going to be late. I just got this job. Like, I need to get there. That's what I need y'all to do. They're like, ma'am, this doesn't look good. Your legs look bad. Is something wrong with your legs? They said my legs was so dismantled. They called the ambulance. They called the cops. Everyone came to the scene. They had to airlift me to the hospital, to Christiana Hospital in Delaware. I get to Christiana Hospital. They tell me that I broke my legs from the hip down, missing my hip by a half an inch. So my femur popped out. This was shattered. My kneecaps were shattered. My tibia and fibula were shattered on both legs. So I remember talking to the doctor, and I said to him, he's talking to my parents, and he's trying to let them know, like, I don't know how. I've never seen anything like this. I don't know how I'm going to attack this. I have to go home, I have to think about it, and come back on Monday. My uncle said, well, can she get rods? Can she do something? He said, she doesn't have a bone there. What do you want me to put there? Is nothing there. I just asked him, I said, am I going to be able to walk again? He said, you'll be able to walk again, not sure of the capacity of how it is, but you'll be able to walk again. I said, okay, not paralyzed. All right, I have a chance to walk. You do your job and I'll do my job. He said, all right. From then on, they started the surgeries that Monday. He went in this leg, started it, went back in this leg Wednesday, went back in this leg Friday. Everything was supposed to be done within those 7 days. My 7-day stay in the hospital ended up turning into 3 months. I ended up catching an infection in my leg, MRSA, which I could have lost my legs, or could have lost this leg at the time. So I'm in a hospital while he's continually doing these surgeries, trying to get the infection out my leg. I had a collapsed lung. They're trying to get that together. A ruptured spleen. They're trying to get that together. The only thing that didn't mess up was my face, which I was ecstatic about, because my face and my teeth is something that I value. So I was good on that. But as far as other parts of my body, it was definitely damaged. 1 second. So we had to do about over 20 surgeries of him trying to clean my legs out. And finally, on the last maybe 2 surgeries of him cleaning my leg out, he goes inside my leg and he sees 3 inches of my femur bone growing, which was nothing but God. So what he said was, I'm going to take, and I don't know if y'all know, but the femur bone is one of the strongest bones in your body, one of the hardest bones to break in your body. So what he said is, I'm going to take your bone that's right here in your leg, and I'm going to put it up here to see if you can walk. So I'm taking one of the weakest bones to put it in one of the strongest parts of my body to try to get some movement going on. He did that. That was a success. Now I'm trying to learn how to walk. I get out the hospital, I go to rehab. Now I have to establish my independence all over again. That's what I'm saying. You cannot take life for granted, because something as easy as getting up every morning, getting up to brush your teeth, or washing, or getting in your car, or walking to school, all these things that I was doing, now I cannot do. So you can't take these little things in life for granted, guys. So he ended up, so I go to rehab. They're trying to teach me how to rehabilitate. They're teaching me my new norm. Now this is going to be the new norm for me. I'm in my wheelchair. I'm trying to learn how to use that. They're just teaching me a lot of little things, how to transfer in and out of car with a board. You take that for granted. You just get in the car. Not me. I had to get a board, put it down, transfer, scoot, all these little things that, like I said, we take for granted. While I'm home, I get a call from the police station. We need you to come down to the barracks to make your statement. Okay, I come down. I go to the barracks. I make my statement. I'm thinking everything is fine. After I finish my statement, the guy tells me, you are now under arrest. I said, for what? He said, because someone was critically injured in the accident and the other passenger died. I was like, okay, I'm like, where there was no drugs, there was no alcohol in my system. I'm on my way to work. So, what's the problem? Well, someone passed away in this accident. They locked me up right there in the barracks. They let me out, but that was the turn of something else totally different for my life. So now I'm learning. I'm trying to learn to use my legs and learn how to walk. And now they're telling me that someone passed away in a car accident because of me. That's 5 to 10 years. At this time, I'm 33. Now I'm thinking in my head, I'll be 43 when I get out. Like, I can't go to prison. I've never been in trouble. I was just working in a whole male's prison. How are they going to put me in prison? I can't walk. I can't do anything by myself. Are they going to be able to take care of me? My mind is going crazy. It's going crazy. Two months later, I'm in the newspaper. They indicted me, 2nd degree, death by auto, 4th degree aggravated assault. Now I got to get a lawyer. Now it's go time. We're going back and forth for about a year and a half. Mind you, I'm still trying to learn how to walk. I'm still trying to establish my independence while they have this case over my head. I end up having to plead guilty to 2nd degree violation of public health and safety. You'll never believe what this charge was equal to. A seatbelt ticket. I went to prison for a seatbelt ticket. That's what my charge was equivalent to.
So, I'm sorry, not to cut you off. No. That's how you got ejected from the car because you didn't have your seatbelt on?
No, I didn't have my seatbelt on. But that's a good question, because good thing that I didn't have my seatbelt on, because my motor and my wheel and my steering wheel landed in the chair where I was at. So it would have crushed my body. It would have crushed my chest.
But how did they know you didn't have the seatbelt on?
No, that's what they put it as a seat. That's a seatbelt ticket. The charge is equivalent to a seatbelt ticket.
So you still had to go to prison?
I went to prison, guys. No drugs, no alcohol, total accident. They sent me to prison. I go in prison November 1st, 2019. That's when I first went to prison. I was in there for 22 days. I ended up catching an infection in my leg through that time while I was in there. They was trying to keep me in there. The hospital there didn't want me. It was 2 hospitals that they have that's affiliated with this prison. After they seen my pictures and all the papers that they had, they were like, we don't want her. Wherever she was at, you need to send her home. We cannot take care of her. But the prison was trying to not let me go. They were going to cut my leg off. The doctor came in and said, "Do you have family?" I'm in prison, but now I'm at Cooper Hospital because they shipped me down here to Cooper Hospital. They said, "Do you have family? Do you have parents?" "Yes, I have family. I have parents. I have a good support system." "Well, you have to call your parents and let them know that you have an infection in your leg and we're cutting your leg off." I called my twin sister. I said, "Yo, they trying to cut my leg off. Yo, you gotta do something. You gotta call a lawyer. You gotta get me out of here. You gotta get me out of here." She said, "Whatever you do, don't let them cut your leg off. They can't touch you without your consent. Don't let them touch your leg." They got the lawyer. The next day, the lawyer came in there, and I ended up getting released out of prison. So they took me back up to Delaware, where all my surgeries were at my original doctor. So I ended up getting released in the 22 days. It was just a blessing, a blessing. So now I'm released. Now I have to go back to court because they want to put me back in prison because they want me to finish this 4-year sentence. I go back now I'm going to court, and it's during COVID time. So now we're doing the court over the computer. It started February. It ended in October. They told me, we feel like you're good enough to go back. They can take care of you. Everything that you're doing on the outside, they can do on the inside. They have the aquatherapy, they have the medication, they have this, they have that. You're going back. Mind you, I was already in there. It already showed that they couldn't take care of me. I almost lost my leg. And on top of that, my doctor actually told me if I didn't come in because of that infection, I would have actually died if I didn't come in 3 more days. I had 3 more days and that infection was going through my body. I actually would have died. That's what he told me. So I go back to prison. I have to report back. I go back January 8th, 2021. They put me back in prison. And I'm trying everything in my power to get myself back out. And y'all, it's so easy to get yourself in trouble. And it's so hard to get yourself out. I want y'all to remember that. So I'm in prison. I'm in there with pedophiles, people that were doing things with animals. I'm in there with murderers. I'm in there with women that were trying to defend themselves and, killed their husband or their boyfriends, and now they're serving the time for it. I'm in there with a lot of different people, and I'm in there for something equivalent to a seatbelt ticket, a traffic ticket. So I'm trying to get myself out. It doesn't work. I got low. My mental was very low. I'm not going to lie to you. It was tough because now I'm in a wheelchair. I need to be home. I want to be home. I don't know how to function without my family. I need my support system right there with me. But I said, you know what, self, while I'm in here, I'm not going to let this go in vain. When I get out of here, I'm going to walk. So I didn't tell my family what I was doing in there, like letting them know like I was working out. But while I was in there, I actually found peace in prison. I was not on the outside world here and everything. I actually had time to myself to think. I read books. I'm writing a book. I started working out. I didn't use that time in vain. So in this time of working out, I'm in my wheelchair. Now I'm doing different things, using different things in the prison, being creative, just so I can do things with my legs, get my legs to move. So now I'm walking. I'm using my wheelchair, the back of my wheelchair to walk. So they're watching me walk. They're watching me progress in the prison system. So they end up down there end up getting me things. The crazy thing is, being that I was in corrections first, these women didn't know that I was a correction officer. And I didn't let that be known. But some of the officers that were in there, I knew because I went to the academy with them. But they couldn't talk to me. I couldn't talk to them. And mind you, I didn't want to talk to them anyway. I was embarrassed. But these were my same friends that was coming to the hospital to come see me. But it wasn't the same. But they're seeing me progress. And, they low-key clapping for me. They giving me the love. But, like I said, we're not saying anything to each other because I didn't want the inmates to know what my current job was, because they were beating officers up in there for less. And it ain't like I can defend myself because I'm in a wheelchair. So now I worked out. My legs are getting better. October 26, 2021, my father and my twin sister came to pick me up. When they picked me up, I walked out of there with a rollator. They're seeing me. Well, they were the ones that took me to the prison in the wheelchair. They're the ones that came to pick me up, and I'm walking out that prison with my rollator. Now I have this second chance of life, y'all. I'm not taking this for granted. I used what I could use to do what I needed to do to get where I needed to be. I didn't get down on myself. I've had bad days. Well, I'm sorry, I had challenging days. I don't call them bad days. They're bad moments, but they're not bad days. And my mindset when I was in there, I said, you know what? You'll have that, give yourself that one day. You'll have your little challenging days. Give yourself that one day, but you have to pick yourself back up that next day. Because you can't let them accumulate. Because you don't want to get yourself down. So give yourself some grace. You can have that day. The next day, get yourself up. And that's what I would do when I would have those days. So now I'm home with my family. I got this second chance of life twice because I survived the car accident and now I just survived prison. Now I'm sitting up here and y'all looking at someone that was a convicted felon. It's hard for me to get a job. On top of that, I'm deemed as disabled. So the odds are against me right now. But I love going around telling my story in hopes that I can help someone. Because hard work, dedication, motivation, persistence, consistency is the key to life. Is the key that can change your life. So I say all that to say this. Never be a prisoner. What does it? How it go? Never be a prisoner. One second. I got you guys. Never be a prisoner of your past because it was just a lesson, not a life sentence. So I hope you guys got a chance to listen to my story and knowing that it's okay to make mistakes because we're all imperfect. But what are you going to do with your second chance of life? Because like I said, it's easy to get yourself in trouble, but it's hard to get out. But once you get out, what are you going to do about it? Are you going to fold? Or are you going to pick yourself up and try harder to get to where you want to get, to do what you want to do in life? So I'm going to end this with what I say when I speak to you guys. Nita strong, but God is stronger. I want y'all to have a good day. That's it. Yes. Does
we still have some time. I don't know if they may have some questions.
I was going to say, does anybody have any questions?
We'll show the video, give you a chance to regroup, and then if they have questions after that, we can do it that way. Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome.